It's board game time, baby! It's always board game time here at Roll for Crit, but specifically today, we're here to give you the brand new releases, all the games that have come out in the past week for October 21st, 2019.
We're starting off with Plaid Hat's Battlelands. This is a game for 3 to 5 players where you will send characters to different locations in order to gain control and use abilities to defeat your opponents. The cover, you may notice, is based off their Aftermath game. It's their newest world they've made, which is sort of a post-apocalyptic world with little cute animal creatures. Depending on how successful this is, we may see other Battleland games from their other properties. The Battlestar game, the Battlestar Galactica Starship Battles miniatures game, has a bunch of new ships coming out, mainly based on Raptors and Heavy Raiders. There's a bunch of each, including a Boomers Raptor, one of the main characters from the actual TV show. ClipCut Parks is coming out from Renegade Studios. This is not a roll and write, but a roll and cut. You will roll dice and actually cut up sheets of paper in order to make your park. We've got Deep Blue, which is a combination of a push your luck and engine building game where you're all divers and you'll move around a map and try to find the best places to go for treasure. Of course, you're not exactly sure, so you're going to have to push your luck and maybe do some risky moves to see if you can get that really good treasure. And then we have some second edition games coming out. Gizmos was a game from Come On Games where you are sort of at a technological fair and you will actually try to build, it's an engine building game where you try to build up these crazy inventions using marbles that come from this dispenser. Apparently the dispenser, which initially was made of cardboard, had a bunch of issues, so this second edition tries to fix that with a plastic dispenser. New Salem, a game where it's a hidden role game where one side plays as the righteous members of the town of Salem, while the other are the witches. The second edition comes with the Constable expansion, where the role of the Constable will be rotating around to try to limit the powers of everyone. They've also changed up some of the gloom and law buildings as well in what they do in both the during the game and end game scoring.
If you're a fan of the One Night Ultimate games from Bezier Games, then now you can pick up One Night Ultimate bonus rolls. This comes with a variety of new rolls that can be used in any of the One Night Ultimate game series. Now, these rolls were previously released in these bonus packs that were put out. This is a collection of all of those, so if you haven't picked them up, or if you want to see what the new artwork looks like, you can buy this one, which includes all of them in just one convenient package. Paladins of the West Kingdom is the second game that is now available in the West Kingdom Trilogy. A very popular series of games. Everyone's buzzing about these. This one is a worker placement game in which each player has their own board. You are recruiting paladins, you're dealing with monks in order to fortify and protect your kingdom and get the most points. A few years back, Tasty Minstrel Games released Gold West, a game about settling the Old West. Now they have a new spin-off title, Rolled West. Same theme, but this one is a roll and write. You will be rolling dice, collecting different resources from those dice, and marking down on your personal dry erase sheet what you'll be spending them on and how you'll be advancing to once again try to get the most points and have the best settlement in the Old West. Unmatched has its first publicly available expansion. It's Robin Hood versus Bigfoot. This is the 2 to 4 player dueling game with cards and minis. This one includes the 2 fighters from the title, as well as a new double-sided board. Volcanic Isle is a new one from Arcane Wonders, in which players are on Easter Island, and you are trying to build moai heads, which you believe will protect you from the wrath of the gods who are making volcanoes erupt. It's a whole thing. You're building moai heads, you're building settlements, but sometimes those volcanoes will erupt and will take you out, so you have to be careful about where you put things on the map. And then Versus has another new set. It's Marvel Assemble Mind and Soul. This one's got some Black Panther characters in it if you're looking for more of that Infinity War MCU action.
I'm really excited about Paladins of the West Kingdom because I got it. I actually got it with Architects of the West Kingdom. You can see it on the shelf behind us. I'm probably going to put Paladins there next week.
Stay tuned.
Yeah, I decided to get those because we missed out on Architects. And even on, I think it was Instagram, yeah. I put out a poll, asked just people what they'd want, and it was sort of split. Though the best answer, because most of them were just Paladins or Architects, and then someone said, go Architects first. Paladins is more complicated. So I think for us, that's a pretty good reason to start there.
Yeah, we start slow and work our way up. Yeah.
Not to say anything against the other games, just that's what we actually have.
Yeah,
and we actually have played the Unmatched Bigfoot versus Robin Hood. And definitely, want to play more of the Unmatched. You actually just played a more Unmatched for our game night, so you can hear more for that on our podcast if you support us on Patreon.
Yeah, we've been talking about
Shameless
Unmatched a lot.
plug.
Yeah, but that's a real fun game if you're into those a 2-player dueling game like that. It's got some really cool stuff in it.
I am curious from the versus people who play versus, because I know you and I always seem to instantly go when there's the cinematic frame version of games.
Right.
So I don't know whether these are actually really hunted for, or are they just it's just the cinematic art versions of cards. We don't really care. Mm-hmm. And I'm curious on your thoughts on these, seeing second editions for games and stuff.
Yeah.
Because from what I can tell, New Salem had a whole bunch of changes, it seems. And the Constable expansion, I don't know if that's sold separately. I didn't look at that, but it's added in. But Gizmos is just the dispersing device. And from what some people have had issues, others have said not so much. Someone even said use glue. So I'm just curious what your thoughts on heading.
I think that sometimes companies reprint a game. It's a second printing and probably sells better if they call it a second edition. So they are throw something in that's a little different. Or it's well, people wanted this fixed, so why not call it a second edition? Because again, I think it's a marketing push almost. Okay. At least in a case like this, where that game came out a year ago. Usually you don't see a second edition for 2 or 3 years, if not longer.
Right.
But I don't know. Could be all kinds of different reasons. Maybe people who have really have spent more time with it than we have, maybe have more detailed opinions about that thing.
Yeah, the dispersing device for the marbles.
Yeah. Otherwise, yeah, some other cool stuff. More roll and writes, as always. Curious to see how that cutting one works out.
That one's cool. And the Deep Blue, I do think sounds interesting. I like the idea of the pushing luck with the diving. Partially because a lot of those diving games, I think, they used to be on more the Wii and Wii U era, were very calming. So I'm I wonder if this would just be fun, just going in the water, kind of.
Or they're like Subnautica. It's not calming.
Oh, that's the new one, yeah.
So, as always, we want to know what you are buying, what you're looking forward to. Let us know in the comments down below. It's almost Halloween, so maybe, what spooky games are you working up to play?
Yeah, I'm also going to work hard to try to push for the Unmatched Jonathan versus Will set.
Oh, that's good.
And our pets will be our allies.
Yeah.
You have 2 cats, I have 2 dogs. It'll be great.
Yeah, stay tuned for that. I'm sure they will make it for us. It'll happen.
Until that time comes, though, you'll have to settle for us on screen. And I'm Will.
And I'm Jonathan.
And this has been our Roll for Crit release video.
Never miss out by liking and subscribing. And you can also check out more on our Patreon.
We do weekly podcasts on Patreon. Don't you want to sign up and hear more of our voices?